With the passing of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I expected a lot of people on the right, especially these Christians, to start cheering her death. And I saw a fair share of that on Facebook, and it was all rude. I believe it's possible in this country for us to disagree politically, but still respect someone as a human being. I would hope that would be the case. Often it's not. And especially locally with these people who will call themselves Republicans and Christians, they tend to be the rudest, most disrespectful jerks I have ever seen. And this is something I just don't tolerate. So with the passing of Justice Ginsburg, I was fully expecting a lot of coffin dancing. At the Kootenai County Republican Central Committee meeting on Tuesday, I expected to hear some of these crowd, a lot of whom are real hardcore Christians, and I'm a Bible-believing Christian, I believe in Jesus, and it guides my life, and that's how I make my political decisions. A guy actually said that at the meeting. But no one said anything disrespectful about her. She wasn't even mentioned. I don't even remember her being mentioned. But today, on Facebook, I saw this. Paul Vanoy is a pastor here in Coeur d'Alene. He's the pastor of the Candlelight Christian Fellowship. And he was in the news recently because he's the COVID pastor. He caught COVID. He's been in the hospital. He was recently released. He was in there for a nasty spell. I don't know if it was 12, 14 days. There's other things. I don't want to get sidetracked on COVID. Anyway, he's back, and he's back now because he posted this on Facebook. At the risk of really upsetting many, you know, I remember Jesus would say that, but then he'd say something that would totally spear the status quo, the holier-than-thou types. You know, I mean, it's really funny that if you study Christ and you know what he did, you know that he was the one who would needle people who were religious, self-important, holier-than-thou types, the Pharisees of the Bible. Well, we have a new class of Pharisees here. Anyway, getting on to Pastor Vanoy, he says, while it's certain that God takes no pleasure in the death of the wicked, the fact that the wicked are destined to spend eternity in hell should not be celebrating her death. The fact remains Ruth Bader Ginsburg was wicked. And you can pause and read the rest if you want to. I don't. To me, this is despicable. This didn't happen at the Kootenai County Republican Central Committee. There wasn't any coffin dancing on there, but you know, you have these people who inject politics and religion together and claim that, and it drives me nuts. I mean, you wonder why church attendance is down in this country. It's because when you go there to hear about God and religion and morals, you hear politics. And there are no morals in politics. There aren't. So stop trying to stick them there. It's not going to work. But there should be morals in Christianity. And I think pastors who say things like this should actually read this book. It's called the Bible. This is the Bible I refer to when I want to look stuff up. It's the Greek English New Testament. This is the one I use because it's written in Greek, which is like the original language they wrote the Bible. Most of the New Testament was written in Greek. Eastern Empire was Greek. Paul wrote in Greek. All this stuff so this is originally in Greek. Let's look at the Greek here. It's called the lectionary, and I'm sure you can read this because I can. But the part I want you to pay attention to is right down here. And I won't even bother reading the Greek, but I will show you the English. But I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Such a beautiful message that I think everyone can agree on, except for some.